anticipation. I've been here before, somehow it's new. In a situation, holding on to everything you do. Take the time that you need, fill the space in between, sitting impatiently. Now I can hardly wait, 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 wait. Don't know how long I'll wait, 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 wait. I can hardly wait. Wait, close enough to savor. Something in the air just pulls me in. Melting in your nature. You can have it all, just please say when. Take the time that you need, fill the space in between, sitting impatiently. Now I can hardly wait, 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 wait. Don't know how long I'll wait, 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 wait. I can hardly wait. 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 Take the time that you need. Wait. Take the time that you need. Wait. 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 I can't hardly wait. Wait. Painting every color for you, just to show you I still care. Clear the canvas, 'cause that's all you. Let me show you that I still care. Tangerine, pretty green, Amarillo, my love. Cocoa, blue indigo, purple, my love. Oh, my love. Oh, my love. that's all you. Let me show you that I still care. Tangerine, pretty green, Amarillo, my love, Congo, blue indigo, purple, my love, tangerine, pretty green, lean not on your own understanding. I don't understand. Mind games mentally demanding. So many demands. Broken, open, still hoping something will change.
The views shared on this program are not necessarily the views of DBN, its sponsors, or affiliates. DBN nor the Logic Based Collective can be held responsible for anything taken personal when you could have just changed the station to begin with. If you're offended by world class conversation that will move you to better yourself, you should leave while you have the chance. We're pros, but we're not like pros. In the event that you'd like to sue, we have no money, but if you drop your job's number in the comments, we will call them and let them know that you'll be out on an all expense paid vacation into your feelings.
Test.
Here we go. We good? We good? You guys can hear us, can't you? All right. Here we go. Nope. Here we don't go. That's the sound that when the singer be at the mic just stalling for time and just waving the mic every way instead of just singing. Like, oh, is there something wrong with my voice? Oh, y'all want y'all pray for me? He started adjusting it. Didn't need no adjusting, just the mic. Yo, what's good? You're tuned into the Logic Based Collective. We are on the Digital Boombox Network. You can stream us. Hopefully, you're watching either there or on Logic Based Collective via YouTube. Soon, you'll be able to watch that also on Facebook. That's exciting. And if you didn't know, also on Soft Spoken Private TV. Hi guys, how you doing? It's the Logic Based Collective. We are back, which means it's Monday and it's 8:30-ish. So, we got another great topic today. We got somebody brand new, never been to the studio before. I'm very interested to hear her takes. But first, before we get into that, we just want to let everybody know we're here. It feels good to say that. Yeah. Feel blessed. Highly favored. Let's let go and let God. All the church cliches, guys. Let's come on. Let God have his way out of context. Before we get into our
BBLs, that's crazy. Of all weeks for that to be an intro.
Jesus.
Let there be service.
So probably if you were watching before we came on, you'll see that there's a little laughter going on, some things that we can't say on the air. It's hilarious to us. Now We're going to talk about how our weekends were, and because we are gentlemen of chivalry, because we are mighty men of valor, we're going to hear from the women first. How was your weekend?
Hey Tia, how was your weekend? My weekend was good. I celebrated my godson's 3rd birthday.
Ooh.
It was at a farm. It was pretty cool. Nice fall festivities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Oh, my weekend, again, every week. I can't really ever remember what I've done. I know that I didn't get the nap that I know I needed yesterday. Oh yes, yeah, we were together. Yeah, I needed a nap. There was a second service, didn't get it. I was a little cranky.
It's pastoral anniversary season.
Yeah, it was. Man,
Rest
I
for the
just
weary.
okay, because I was like, I feel like we've been having second services a lot lately. I thought about that on my drive home yesterday. I was like, oh, Lord, please forgive me, but why we been in church so much? What's
A lot of
going on?
extra church.
Extra service.
What, you don't want to come to my house?
Not that
I'm not saying that. But
I have my own. You're everywhere.
Lord.
Can I go home?
Like, can we stay home today, Lord? But other than that, it was I guess a quiet weekend. I can't remember that I did anything productive. So yeah, okay. See.
AJ?
Pastor.
My bad.
Pastor.
Yeah, my weekend was straight. We had our pastoral anniversary yesterday for my grandmother, her 3rd, but she's been in the ministry the entire time. So we celebrated her. A lot of people came out. It was a good service. Did we do anything else? I think did we play earlier that week? I think we did. My weeks are starting to blend together.
That's what I'm
really
saying.
That's what was happening. Correct. There's been a lot of second services. So because of that, I'm not entirely sure. But I know there was a good time in the Lord yesterday.
Okay.
On Saturday, actually, I went to my dad's house in New York. I stopped by
Okay.
just to visit him, see how he was doing, pop in on them. He ended up popping in on us, I think it was Thursday, that he just was in town. But we had a bunch of things going on, so we ended up driving up Saturday night, hanging out with him for a little bit, talking to him, having fun.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so
It's a good weekend,
Not bad.
KJ?
Weekend was cool. Not the norm at work. A little bit of stuff that pisses me off that I won't get into, but you know, I'm here, so it's better than being there. So that's that.
Hey, sir.
And my family is good, which is always the most important. So I'm cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just annoyed. Go ahead, T.
My weekend was low key. Not really to talk about. I'm here, blessed. Family's good. I'm good. Blessed.
Believe that. AJ, how was your weekend?
It's pretty just a blur. I just feel like I'm always doing 100 things, but probably now a little bit more than normal. So yesterday, I tried to make it to 3 services. So we had our morning service, and my guy Bernard, shout out Bernard, is installed as pastor at his church.
Yes, he was.
Congratulations.
And then I tried to make it over to my brother's church for his 2nd pastoral anniversary.
Okay.
So it's just like a lot of
Gotta stagger the stuff on the calendar, guys.
yo.
We
It's
talked about it. We talked about it like 2 weeks ago, like how everything's kind of like all together.
yeah, or
Like,
it's just
all this stuff.
well, it's really. I mean, if the Lord could just stop leading people to start churches. Yo, it's like something about the autumn, yo. Like,
See, the thing is, everybody heard that message the same day. It's like they all was there. It's like the Lord's calling you to lead a ministry. It's like me.
In October.
it's like yo.
Everybody started to sing.
Like, do it. You know what I mean? Like if he tell you in July, you gotta have start on everybody else. But, so it was just it was a little busy, but not terrible. So, is that Friday, Saturday just kind of went by quick, man. Like I just yeah, and I'm coming to like toward the end of my glorious time off from work.
Are you?
It's been amazing.
Oh man.
I mean, in comparison to going. But yeah, like so. I mean, but things are going are not perfect, but like going. I can't really complain. It was a good weekend. Now we're here. Even this Monday, today I had to help my dad with this funeral we had at our church this morning. So pretty much just got up, put on the clergy, got to church about 8 after I dropped my kids off from school. Just a lot of busyness, but something that made the funeral worthwhile. This gentleman got up and decided that he was going to sing a song, and it was hilarious.
Oh, no.
Wait, did you say the?
This man got up and got saved. I'm like,
Right, exactly. That's what I thought.
My uncle got up and toward right before the eulogy ended and did a solo. It was amazing.
Of course.
This gentleman was asked to have words. So he actually volunteered to have words. So there was a conversation that was had as to having to have certain people asked to speak instead of just making it an open forum. And so we did that right before service. But then it was asked, okay, now those people have had a chance. Does anybody else want to have any words? And one person did. But to his credit, he came all the way from the West Coast. He came from Cali. And he did have words, but then he did like the preliminaries to let you know that something was getting ready to happen. He said, so I wanted to do something in honor of her to make, you know what I mean? Like, but so when he began to sing, because number one, I couldn't record it with my phone from the pulpit.
I mean, plus
Like,
it was a funeral.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that was singularly hilarious. Just if you take out all everything else, that's number one. I wasn't the only one laughing. I was not.
I'm talking about the recording option.
I don't know. It doesn't matter where it was. It was hilarious. It happened. I'm saying it's like so. I left out of the sanctuary so that because I was facing the entire congregation. And I didn't want to laugh right then, but I couldn't stop myself. So I walked out of the pulpit past everybody who tried to make eye contact with me, and he sang this song, and I cried real tears in the prayer room. But there were others who laughed right then. Some people pretended to, it's like, oh, take your time, like doing that thing. It was, I mean.
So the tough question is. If someone got on the mic and said that song brought me to tears, would everybody have laughed?
It brought me to tears. That's not a lie. I almost passed out on my own. How really,
You tried to make it serious.
He said he cried. It was right there.
I really had to wipe my face, and I looked in the door to make sure that he was done before it was, because he was, this guy, it was crazy, and the family thought it was hilarious. We talked about it after the film. It was amazing. Also, people that wish that they had recorded it.
He loved to sing.
No, but it was
Was it for comic relief?
Nobody asked for this. Like, he just, you know what I mean? Like they said if anybody wants to have words, and it just happened. So that was a thing. It was a moment in time.
Was it live recorded?
It was. They didn't record.
Are you trying to watch it right now?
Listen, see, this is what I'm talking about. When stuff is funny, you have to laugh, and I know that I can't not laugh in church. There was, I can't not laugh at people falling down, all types of stuff. So there was this, my brother, he's gonna get pissed when I say this. One of my brothers, Marky, that he was in fifth grade, and he was in the chorus, and so we bought my parents bought the VHS of the performance that they did. So there was this girl that everything that they did, she always passed out. Like, when somebody does that in church, you be like, yo, is that real or are you just doing that?
Right.
So like, they're all up singing. He's all happy because my parents are at school and he's all smiling and stuff. So we get the tape and we're like, just slowing it down. It's like, wow, she about to fall right now. Like, and we would laugh. I would only watch that video for that part. It's horrible, but it was still funny. So my point is, even though we were in church and it was a funeral, this gentleman provided comic relief. I believe that the Lord does that to make us smile in times of
No, you don't. You don't believe that. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you believe that, you wouldn't have walked away. That's how I know.
Let me
See,
tell you
it's the
something,
shame that's exposing the truth.
Let me tell you, like, the way that I was laughing, I couldn't stand up straight by myself. So I definitely couldn't have laughed the
Like, I
way that
won't
I,
leave.
the funny part was because I was my dad's adjutant, and so, he was the one that said for the dude, so they asked the dude to raise his hand. The person that was emceeing didn't see him initially, so he just put his hand down. Then my dad was like, there was a gentleman over there that had his hand up. And I was like, oh yeah, he did have his hand up. So then he gets up, the guy starts singing, and so then my dad he puts on his I'm getting into it face. I was like, I can't do that. I put the Church of God in Christ handbook down right on the side of his chair, and I just walked out of Sanctuary. I didn't look at Mayfield. I didn't look at my brother. I didn't look at my uncle. I didn't look at I didn't look at nobody because there was no way I was gonna be able to make it. I put my head to facing the wall when I went through that side door. It was very. So yeah, so that's how the weekend sort of ended, even though it was Monday. It was like, yeah.
I mean, but that's showing mercy right there, because I was gonna laugh in front of y'all,
Bro, just like if you listen, I got an episode of Church Good Stories. I actually did record this dude. I wasn't technically in the pulpit because I was at the soundboard.
Yeah.
And he sang so horribly. This is on video, so I wish I wouldn't have posted this, but it would have been a good family thing because she really, it would have been good.
I got you.
It sounds bad, but it would have been good. Anyhow, I can't justify my terrible sense of humor. We're good. So we're gonna so now let's transition into what we think about what women should do with their bodies. No.
Wait, what?
I didn't sign on for that.
Right.
I didn't sign on for that at all.
Like, I actually advocated for the opposite. I was like, make sure we add women.
Yeah.
Like,
Didn't sign on.
So I mean, it's
anything.
we're having the cosmetic surgery.
Yes, we are. I got you.
Don't be weird about it.
Where's my phone at?
Yeah, I mean,
As soon as I find my phone, I got you. Oh, matter of fact, I can read it. I can read it right off the screen.
colorfully in the group chat, it was a conversation.
So,
about
what are
BBLs.
your
You can't do
views on?
It was-
No, it was post-pod last.
No, I was right. I was gonna say
Technically.
everybody was. If you guys tuned in last week,
Yes,
you heard our
technically.
conversation after
We-
last week's episode.
We ended just about right there.
I don't even know how we got there, but we did,
We was at BBLs.
and now we're bringing it
Whoa.
here today. I mean, that's
how it
it's
ended.
okay. I feel like you shudder every time.
That's
You
where we
hear
ended.
it.
We was at
But it's
BBLs and we
okay,
got there.
BBLs, they
But
happen.
the
there.
question is, there's two questions. So, what are your views on elective cosmetic surgery, and does the desired outcome outweigh the potential dangers?
What are the potential dangers though?
Well, death is the first.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
let's-
yes,
Let's
death.
make that let's make that one clear.
So yeah,
Botched job for
I was about to say,
yeah, botched jobs. Botched
I don't-
jobs lead to people
You said-
losing limbs
I
and
don't-
all types of
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't know. See, the thing, and the reason I ask that is not because I know death, but I'm saying, when people get those I don't you can say, well, this person is a really good doctor. I've heard that that they have this good track record or whatever, but then everybody else, other from medical field they're like, oh well, this is such a risky thing to do. You know what I mean? You shouldn't do this. It was well, I have the best doctor available, so right there, that makes me feel like I'm going to survive. But what if you don't? You know what I mean?
Well, the
These are
thing
not
is-
just regular people
I mean,
dying for
your-
that. It's
your body's-
celebrities and all that. So
Well, you're adding toxins to your body, like when you're if you're like implanting foreign objects or going through the process, like when you're getting a surgery, it's always a risk of things not going as to
Plus, you don't know how your body's
You're going
gonna
through
react to it.
anesthesia.
Right.
You're going through post-op medications.
Yeah.
Like your body could your body could disagree with any and all
Right.
of that.
So it might
So
not
there's
be
so
the
many
actual
different
surgery,
levels
right.
where it's like, is it really
On
worth
top
it?
of that, like if they don't know your full health history or your family's history,
Yes.
some people have allergic reactions.
Right.
Like they don't even know they're allergic to something. Like, and they give them this, they give them a shot for whatever. It could be a
Yeah.
laxative, it could be whatever the case is, to prepare them for surgery, and then they have an allergic reaction to that.
So wouldn't whether or not you feel like the risk outweighs the reward or whatever, like depend on the way that you view yourself? Because basically, then that's what you're saying is that, like, you know, I'm so uncomfortable with the way that I look that I'm willing to risk this negative outcome in order to change it.
Well, there's health benefits too.
I'm just
So,
creating
like,
conversation.
I get you. There's an argument for both sides because the health benefits would be like my wife has thought about getting a breast reduction because they have back injuries. People have scoliosis, like things that we heard about in school and stuff like that are also connected to just having big breasts. I don't know what. You probably could have issues with your lower back for having a thumper, as men would call.
Oh my God.
I wasn't ready for
I wasn't ready for thumper.
I was mad mature.
Here we are.
I gotta break it up. I gotta break it up.
And it came out of the pastor's mouth.
Like,
I
I was
was not
cool.
expecting that.
I gotta
My
break
fault.
it
Back
up.
to
I gotta
thumper.
break
Go
it
ahead,
up, right?
Thumper.
But yeah, so like
I
you gotta
told you
break
this
it up.
episode was gonna go off the rails.
You gotta break it up. But
The
yeah.
pastor said thumper.
But nah, like so understanding like there's health benefits to both. Like and understanding like what could possibly happen. Like, all right, if you have back issues and they're really hindering your cause of life, or if you're having some issues with some people have to have I think there's like a breast cancer is a disease. Like people lose their breasts. Like there's things that cosmetic surgery is the option to save your life, and that's the tough part about it because like how do you?
Well, the thing is,
We're
the
talking
question
about
says
elective, though.
elective.
Mastectomy
Elective.
is not considered cosmetic. Technically, a mastectomy is not. Or
Right.
yeah,
What is
there-
it?
Mastectomy.
Which one is that?
When you remove
We
a
got
breast.
breast
your
cancer.
breast.
You move.
I got you.
So technically, they don't deem that cosmetic surgery. The cosmetic aspect of that comes into play if the woman chooses to. A
Get
lot of times they give you the
implants in
option
place.
whether or not,
Right.
yeah. And I've learned that if you don't want to put a foreign substance in your body, they will, use your body fat
Right.
and as the filler for your
For the
breast.
breast
yeah,
tissue.
for the breast tissue. Because you just had cancer, you don't want to put silicone or anything like that in your
Right.
body. So that is an option I know that they present as well.
I think the biggest difference, no knock to what you were saying, Andrew, but was like the question says elective.
True.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so to me, when I read the question, that kind of did away with anything that would be considered a medical necessity. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, if you're talking about things to alleviate opposite type of pains that is causing like a reduction, then I wouldn't consider that necessarily elective.
Yeah, you're correct. Because I know that with myself, I've dibbled and dabbled for many years in and out the doctor's office trying to figure out whether or not I want to do it. But my reasons are purely cosmetic. It has nothing to do with my back. Just scratch that from the record because I have to tell the insurance company otherwise. But
Let's snip this part out.
Edit.
But yeah, I mean, it depends. I guess it depends on the person. Some people just don't want okay. So if let's start with the whole big boobs thing. Some people just don't want them. You know what I mean? So Some people don't want them.
I'm trying
They
to
are
be
a
an adult.
hindrance.
Who are these people?
Hello, you know, and I can be candid about it because I've, you know, like I said, I've had them the majority of my life at this point, and they're not necessarily fun. Like I know there's a term out there.
Don't.
There's
No, stop.
don't do
stop,
it.
Stop.
I'm not doing it. I was gonna say I feel like you don't get to make that decision, but okay, I'm done.
they're
I'm done.
hers.
I'm not married, so there's
finished.
no one else that gets to have a
Like-
say
like
in
that.
any of that. But
It's like, yo, you ever like see like a road and you know exactly where you're going?
let's go.
Like it's like I knew
It's a clear path.
you were gonna respond that way to this part of the conversation. Like,
But yeah, they're not necessarily fun. I've grown to accept them because like you
They're
know
a part of you.
they are a part of me, and it's
my God.
it's okay, KJ. You know, and you just kind of like I don't know, and then this, with women, like after a certain age, your body just starts to do what it does, and like you adjust, and you know you get just hormones and all that stuff plays a factor,
Or after
and
having
all of that.
kids,
Listen,
it's
man,
very
my thing is, and I tell my
different.
friends all the time, if I had one more kid, just one more, definitely would have needed a reduction because there's no way that I could carry that load. There's no way. But also, I would have appreciated all the extra stuff that would have come along, and that's probably the only reason I thought about having another kid.
Man.
Yeah, I would have nipped the BBL right on out of there. I'm just saying, these are factors. These
So
are-
like, no, but I'm saying like, all right. So I don't know. I don't know what it is that, like why people end up dying from this. Maybe y'all do. So can somebody speak to why? You know, like the things that may go wrong as to why that kind of thing happens.
Well, KJ touched on a lot of that. A lot of times it's not the actual surgery. It's not the fact that there is silicone or whatever substance, or you know the people who do the shortcut surgeries and put other substances in their body. Sometimes it's not that, but anesthesia is a thing. Like I've had minor, and it what do they call it? Like when you're only there for like a day, or in it like where you just go in. And
like going under like a minor surgery. or
Right,
whatever?
that's a minor surgery, and
Outpatient
I've had
procedure.
outpatient thing, yes, and I've had to go under anesthesia. And there's like, oh, you know, just got to sign here just in case you die, and
Waiver.
it's like,
Yep.
oh, okay,
Definitely do.
you know, so
Make sure we don't owe your family a lot of money.
if
this doesn't go to plan. Like-
But yeah, so those things can happen. I know that what's the other heart attacks are a thing too, as a
I
part
think
of
strokes too.
Well,
yeah, strokes.
I was
yes.
about to say, and like doing that elevates your heart rate and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like when you're dealing with anesthesia and stuff like that too. I mean, and it's not really a money thing. Not sorry to cut you off.
No,
But it's not necessarily a money thing because I know like that's a big thing to say like like so and so went to like DR or so and so went to Colombia and got the rollback price, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be, and like you don't know what you get in there because you're saving money. But the thing is like okay, we can go to the top of the top financially and be like, look at Kanye West, and be like somehow Kanye and his mom situation, she ended up going under the knife and not making it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just like the unfortunate truth that can happen. Like when you talk about I mean, I did like a little bit of digging. I had a conversation with some folks about the topic, and DC Young Fly's wife, she actually like her complications weren't the surgery because the doctor wasn't held liable. It was the post-op medicine that her body didn't agree with. You know what I mean? So it's a whole process now. That's when you and I mean, you can't tell anybody how to feel.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then, especially when we go into the whole like 2023 version of life where we're like, yo, mental health is a thing. Like, and then you like couple that with postpartum and the theory of a mommy makeover. It's like, you basically like your hands are tied verbally to just be like, nah, don't worry about it. I mean, the only thing you can say is like something rooted in concern when you're like, yo, I just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
But that's not going to make them feel better if they don't see themselves the way they remember themselves, and like their self-image is so skewed because them bringing a life into the world changed them so much that they'd rather take the risk. Like the question, like is the outcome worth more than the potential risks?
About those the people that like are. I mean, some of them don't even have kids. Like you just, you know what I mean? Like you just don't have a body. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I mean, but people just, I mean,
100%.
but it's like you're, so I mean, I don't know whether or not to call it negative self-image, but it's like,
No,
yo,
it
you,
is.
you know what I mean? Like you want this, you want
Right.
the things that you have. You feel like these things would make you more attractive. I don't know anybody that hasn't done that. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like anybody through from childhood to now, you can say, yo, if I, you know what I mean, man, yo, if I lost 30, you know what I'm saying? I'll be that dude. If, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if I had this, you know, if I had this shape, you know what I mean? Like it would be better. And so, like, how do you, like, so I mean, because the way that I'm hearing from everybody it just sounds like it's just kind of you know like unhealthy to think in that manner
It's
to
not.
be able to. You know what I mean? And I'm not listen. Whatever surgeries that people are getting, I'm like I wouldn't get one for me. I don't know. I'm just saying like I don't know how women feel a lot of times, but you know what I mean. Like it's not something that concerns me enough to do. No, you know what I'm saying. Like,
But that's the thing.
well,
That's,
yeah, but I'm saying, but I know that people do, and I'm saying, but when it gets to a point where it's like, yo, I'm gonna have this procedure, and I'm possibly risking my life from whatever type of complications are on the road. For me, that you know what I mean, like I would hear that and be like, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Because above all else, if I'm gonna die, I don't want it to be because of something that I did.
Right.
but
You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, like, you may not have spent your life with a nose you really was like, wow, I'd be a better person if I didn't have like this nose. Or like even if you like, I mean, I know we're talking about elective, but like say you had like a cleft lip or something like that, so you like wanted to like now technology has improved over the 2 decades of your life, and now you're 20, and you're like, yo, I'd love for my face to look what I consider quote unquote normal. You know what I mean? Like it's like there's a lot of things where people don't really like feel their self image. You know what I mean? Like even like I hate to say it because it's like very very light on the surface of or on the realm of cosmetic surgery, but even like dudes getting their hairline done now. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like I can't tell nobody how to feel if they want to do that. You
It's
know what
also
I mean? Like
people
it's like,
battling like low self esteem type
Yeah.
of stuff, and then
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
saying.
depression and
Negative
all types of
self-image,
stuff. Like, cause like if you think about like people, like he brought up cleft lips. Like people had those majority of their life. They went through elementary school,
100%.
middle school, high school, and they probably got roasted every day for like little things that they had
100%.
no control over. And like that's essentially why Michael Jackson's nose changed so much, because he got picked on about his nose.
Who picked on?
Well,
who?
he said it was to make him
Really?
be able to hit higher notes. That's what he said. I'm just.
I was gonna say, hold on. I don't know his history, like if whether
he
or
had,
not.
I mean, he had a traditional man of color nose.
No,
And
no,
it was,
I know
no,
that.
I'm saying it was
Oh.
wider and
Right.
he,
Yeah.
like I mean, like he
But I
shifted
thought it
his
was
aesthetics.
him,
He
his
did.
internal dialogue, not some like other people criticizing.
Well, I mean, they touched upon it. I mean, obviously, like I mean, it's before our time, so you had to go back to like I'm only referencing the movie. But he
Right.
talked about like there is a part like when they get to like the dancing machine era where they're like in their teens and like he's really not feeling how he looks.
Right.
Like
Okay,
he
but
does
it's
say
him.
that when he's like looking in the mirror and he's like, I don't like what I see. He's doing like this whole thing
Yeah.
before he goes into the generation when he like like starts to give
Right.
into his oh my god, the vitiligo, and then actually like even it out and like do all the other stuff like.
You know, yesterday somebody preached a sermon about the spirit of rejection, and that was perfect timing because I sat and actually I rewatched it and I'm like, oh, that is so prevalent. And like when we talk about what we're talking about today, I mean, like co-pastor had mentioned, like even just the words that your parents say to you,
Right.
that gets ingrained in you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if it's coming from that source,
That's what. So part of it was that it came from his dad. Like so, it's stuff that it's trauma that people are trying to
Right,
deal with,
yep.
and because like I wouldn't say it's the best option, but that's how they feel. Like you could go into a bunch of different conversations of how you got there. It applies to a bunch of things, but like that's what happens. People say it. Peer pressure gets to people. after
and
a while.
surgery ends up being, the cure to a symptom, but not, you know what I mean?
Correct.
It doesn't.
Well, it doesn't actually cure it. It's a
well,
Band-Aid.
yeah. You put a
Because-
Band-Aid on it,
right,
but
'cause-
like a lot of people still have those. Like they still.
You're
like
still
body
who you
dysmorphia.
are. You
almost.
was
like
who
you
you
still
was
see
who you
yourself.
was when you got here, like the rap song.
Right.
said.
And so
You know what I mean? Like-
internally you're still dealing with whatever demons or, whatever made you want to do, and it's not everybody. It's not everybody, but you're still dealing with the thoughts, the conversations, the nitpicking that people did that made you want to take that route. So it's like, yo, get the surgery, but also go see a therapist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do what you got to do. Nobody's gonna, come down on you, judge you for doing what you feel is right for you. But there's other work that needs to be done that does not require a scalpel. So
It's like the outward manifestation of like the things that's wrong. I mean, that the issues what other people may have that you can't really see. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, if I have an issue being able to love people correctly, you can't tell that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you can't tell that I don't love myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just looking at like, like what you see when in passing when we're greeting one another, we're just, you know what I mean? Like that's stuff internally still that's just wrong. Like maybe I won't go as far to get a surgery. That doesn't mean that I don't still hate myself equally as much.
Right.
Maybe I'm just scared. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so is like is one of those things like Siobhan was saying, like you're with the surgery, like you're treating a symptom, but when it comes down to it, and then maybe surgery is still an option for you, even if you do that work and you're like, okay, like you know what I mean? Like I feel good about myself. I still want to do this.
right.
But
And there's so many on that realm too. I mean, like people actually do the hard work of losing 100+ pounds, and then they're left with loose skin.
Yo, that I
You
was
know what I
hoping
mean?
we'd
Like,
get to that. Yeah.
And there's just so many different things. I mean, or you got to think
I
about
feel
what
like that
about.
shouldn't count as elective surgery.
I mean,
I know, but it does. It kind of does.
Really?
yeah, because it's not necessary. Like, you know what I mean? And the thing, but okay, so say for example, like, what if you unfortunately there's a whole show called Botched.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what if it doesn't work out? Like now you've become this project where you're gonna continue to go through it, trying to get it right.
Yeah.
Like
Well, there was this,
you don't always get the desired outcome.
there was this lady that we knew that had the lap band surgery. And so, but it was at a time when I don't know how much technology has changed, but I know this is 2023 and this happened like back in like the early 2000s. Somebody that had it back then and like almost died because like they were not necessarily keeping up like the way that they should have. It's like it was like a really husky lady, and it ended up being like really thin. I don't want to say frail, because she was still strong, but it was just like she was really
frail though.
yeah. But she was like really little, and then you know what I mean. Like, but she didn't. It took for her to almost die to even admit to somebody that this is the reason why she was sick. Like her, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people, her family didn't know. Like they, you know what I mean? Like it was like she was basically on her deathbed. She didn't die then, but it was like she wouldn't even. It was just like something that she wanted for people to believe that just kind of, kind of happened. And I'm just saying, like, when you talk about like the way that you feel about yourself is like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I want to do this thing, but I want to make it like it never happened.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's,
oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, I was just gonna say, like, that's another part of like having the surgery that and again, no judgment, but it's like if you're gonna do it, let's not make this a fantasy world where you're presenting like, oh, look at what I did. Like there's a lot of women who get cosmetic surgery and will go on and try to sell other women body regimen workouts, teas and such, and pretend that's how they got their body. And I'm just like, yo, why y'all doing that to each other? Like,
I mean,
there's a better way.
What the funny thing is, I mean, I hate to say it, but you probably have to find a way to do both. You know what I mean? But like, it'd be better to disclose so that you're not selling a fantasy, because
Right.
you do have to maintain. Like, you know,
That part,
like you know, a
yes.
lot of people take a shortcut to their fitness, and then they end up back where they started because their habits haven't changed. Like, if I'm still gonna spend every day at McDonald's, like it's
Right,
probably like
yeah, that's
pointless
not
to give some man
gonna
a few
help.
$1,000s to risk my life and like have him shave all the last decade of burgers off. words.
Crazy.
It's the truth.
Oh man, lipo. Yeah, I've thought about it. Just I don't care that much. I don't know, like,
I mean, think-
but only and mostly because I've been in a situation where I've done the work, got the desired outcome, so I know that it's possible. But now I'm just lazy, and that's not how it should be. Like, so.
But you feel like you could do it, so you don't need surgery because you did it before.
Exactly.
It's
That's
like,
why
yo,
I'm just like, yo,
I know
don't
at any time
just be
That's
I want to
true.
stop. If I want to stop messing with these candy bars, it'll be a wrap for y'all.
Like, that's what it is, right? So that's why I'm like, yo, I can't even dedicate myself to stopping that. So like, I would just void the whole surgery. I'm not ready. So.
Tia, what are you? What I mean, like, what are your? What is your opinion on just being as another woman in the room? Like, what are your views on cosmetic surgery?
I personally think that it's not necessary because I'm a person of I'm gonna do the work to get the results. So I feel like a lot of people go based off, I'm gonna get a quick result, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the surgery versus going to the gym every day and doing the correct workouts and eating the right food
Right.
to get that same result because it's very possible. But a lot of people want quick fix.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I'll push back on y'all with is this just I'm saying. They say I don't know if this really works because I never done these exercises for this reason. They say what when you do squats, it gives you like a booty that you don't got and all of this and like there's not really anything that you can do to enhance your breasts if you know what I mean, like except to get the surgery as far as I know. So I'm saying like, yo, you know, you doing like 1,000 squats every day, like trying to make it happen. It's not happening for you. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, so what about those people, like they're doing the work, but their work is only yielding them fruit that they don't want.
Well, that's because they're focusing on the wrong workout. You don't just do squats. There's other leg workouts that
So
come.
you could hit that
into it.
the stair joint is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the better.
So you can't just focus
Yeah.
on
I mean, it's
one.
So then you got that Hank Hill.
But I mean,
You know what I'm talking about?
genetics do
Like,
play a big part. Yes, genetics play a big part.
I think some of some of your expectations do have to be realistic.
Yes.
So when you do say the Hank Hill, like I mean, like you know, it is good to consider where you're starting.
Yes.
So that you can consider where you plan to go. Like you know what I mean? Like you may not like you know, you shoot for the moon. Still amongst those stars. You know, like, you may not get right there, but you know, you may not.
It takes time. People don't want to commit. So
Right.
So in terms of committal, you mean like how things can sort of be like today because everything just seems like it's quick or like microwave. People aren't really willing to do that type of work. But yeah, I watch my 600-pound life. Sometimes it's like a lot of the things that they do. I didn't realize until I started watching that show how the mental aspect that goes into it because like they won't even do the surgery until they can see that you can stick to a diet for a certain period of time, 100%. And then like you have to lose a certain amount of weight for it to be safer for them to want to do surgery on you. I didn't even I didn't realize all of that stuff is like some of those people like because they're I mean when you're starting at 600 to like I can imagine getting down to 500 and them still telling you that you got like another 50 75 to go before they can like how hard it is to lose 100 pounds like it's I mean so it's like it's tough in terms of doing the work because like a lot of the people that Rhonda shout out to Rhonda. She started working for American the American Heart Association because like she lost 100 pounds, but like it was like over the course of like 2 years or something like that. Like you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of dedication to be 100%. Able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like so just to be able to lose that and still not be able to get to the goal that you want. I could see somebody just being like I want, you know what I mean? Like now I'm ready for the shortcut. You know what I mean? Not to say that it's right, but maybe some people, speaking of like the mental aspect, they may feel that way. It's like they haven't tried everything, but they feel frustrated because they feel, you know what I mean, because
Well, I
they've
mean,
tried something, and
if you
it's
think
like, yo,
about
I'm,
it,
you know,
like
like
realistically, a lot of people get fed up. We get fed up with stuff all the time. It's just like if you're not already past the point of no return. So like for me, so like what I used to do is my cousins used to tell me all the time, like I had a 6-pack growing up. So I'm like, all right, cool. So my cousins was like, you're gonna lose it when you get older. I'm like, no, I'm not.
It sounds very sure of oneself.
No.
if I could
You still got
ask
it?
God for anything, it would
I
be
do
my
not.
metabolism.
So they were right.
They
they
were
were
right.
right.
I lost it recently, but the reason
Recently was crazy. Like you have
But
a day marked in your phone.
You just
Nah.
cracked 30 though. You just cracked 30 a
Yeah,
couple
32.
years ago. Yeah,
so I had it for a good portion.
Solid age to lose.
Right. So, but like, the issue was in my head. I'm like, all right, at any moment I could go lose it. Like that was my head. My thought process was like, so like it's like having, like when you go up a pant size, so you keep the old pants because you're like, yo,
Yeah, you need
whenever
those.
I feel like it,
Get back in
I can
these.
shed, I
I'm
can
doing
shed this
that
weight.
now.
Right. Like for real, like
Keeping all them 36s,
Right.
dog. It's just a matter of time.
but that's the truth. Like
Why
yo,
throw them out? Then you're gonna have to go shopping
right,
again.
I'm gonna have to go buy
Like,
them
yo,
again. I'm gonna lose this weight. But like because the battle is so much mental and going to actually do it, that like it happens gradually. It happens over time where you find yourself in this place where you're like, yo, how did this happen, kind of thing. And I think that's what happens to people that get to like a 600-pound weight. Like I don't think they intend to. Like they just were like, yo, any moment I go to the gym, I need to go to the gym. Like, cause that's my thing right now. Like I'll say I need to go to the gym, and I'm mad at LA Fitness because they used to be 24/7, and that's when I would go. I go 12 and just be there when nobody's there because that's my thing. I want to be there when nobody's there. But
Yeah, the COVID hours really killed it.
yeah.
Oh, they haven't gone back.
No, they're not going back. They do it Monday through Friday till they open. I think they close at 12. They open at 4:30.
Let me read a couple of these comments, y'all.
Huh?
So let me read a couple of these comments right quick. Shout out to Meg.
Chef
She said, my 600-pound life is wild. It's definitely psychological. And they all have, they all have a boo who feels like because they can, they can pull a bag, they're okay. I'm not even gonna. There's a lot we can talk about with that show. I'm not. I can't even. That aspect is just gonna be all jokes, and once I get there, I'm not going back. So, but Deidre Allen said, I recently started using. I don't know what that word is. Okay, what he said. It was a free. I promise you, I'm not stupid. It was a free sample. It was a free sample, but it was only introduced to me from my doc after I started losing weight on my own. But it's at an extremely slow pace.
There's a commercial for Rebelsis. That's the only reason I know the word. I can't think of what it is. I can't think of what it is. I'm not even gonna. I'll look it up.
Well, I mean, it sounds like one of those like weight loss aids, perhaps. Something that you like I said, like how they only will allow you to have surgery after you reach a certain point. So,
She said he literally asked if I wanted a little help. I only started losing because I started to address my trauma, the trauma that caused the anxiety that caused the overeating and over drinking. But that's what I'm saying.
It's an
Like,
important point.
it is. It's very important to understand that, like, yo, there is stuff that people haven't dealt with, so that's what's causing them to overeat. And it's not that they're intentionally trying to be 600 pounds. Right. She said, "Hey, Siobhan."
Hey, girl.
But it's not that is their intention, but it's the thought process of whenever I feel like it, I can stop. Like it's a similar conversation I have with people about smoking weed. I'm like, because they're like, oh, weed's not addictive. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, because everybody says, yo, I can stop smoking weed for a week. I'm like, all right, try. Like, give it a shot. Like, usually what happens is you get to the third day, and the third day you're like, bump that. I could make it if I wanted to.
who is you, nigga? Like, do it if I want to.
Right, but that's the thought. It's the thought process. It's such a mental battle, and a lot of times we don't fight it because we just accept, oh, if I wanted to, I can. Yeah. And to the point that what happens is when you finally do get to that place where you want to, you realize you can't, and that's a tough pill to swallow. Like that's why I'm trying to get in the gym now, because I'm like, yo, what if I tried to do 20 push-ups the other day, and I'm like, I was struggling to hit 20. I'm like, yo, this has never happened in life. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
I mean, what's the things in life to make you like to get you into that mindset, like so that you want to do it for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, and that, I mean, with this, we're not just talking about weight loss, but I'm just saying like overall, the things, like the decisions that you make should be based on the things that you love most in the world.
You said it's
so.
Deidre?
So you know what I'm saying? Like if I was like, all right, well, if it's an option for me to have a weight loss surgery and I'm weighing out all of that, is like somewhere in there is going to be because I got kids. And
She
I
said
want
it's
for it to be around. Go ahead.
She said it's for diabetics, but she doesn't have diabetes. Hence the free sample.
Got it.
They was like, hey, before you get diabetes, here you can have a free sample.
Drugs.
That's a whole other conversation.
So yeah. No, but I'm saying like
I mean, that's
want to
cool,
like
though.
I want to be
Give 'em a
around,
free sample.
and if this is gonna help me to be to like to jumpstart me being around, then I'm what I'm saying, like then I'm with it. It's not what I mean. It's not gonna be solely based off of like the way that, because I'm telling you, like I'm not just gonna, I don't be wanting surgery. I what I mean, like I really, but I mean, and that's just me. But I'm saying I think that those things have to go, because like if anything happens to you, then what like what about the things that you love? You know what I'm saying? And and on a lighter note, like I really like I want to be able to beat my kids in sports for as long as I can.
Can you still beat them in basketball?
Absolutely.
Can you?
But yeah, I mean,
When's
like
the
I
last
would
time
be.
you played? Because I feel like
Let me tell you something. Like, listen. First of all, because Siobhan, Siobhan, no, like so you can't speak for overweight dads everywhere. Listen, I learned from my dad the tricks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
use your weight.
and I use it. I use it on. Hey, ain't no shooting. It's just gonna be a drop step. I'm gonna back you down, and we playing make it take it. So, yo, I'm backing you down with that. Yo, with that old 1975 drop step right next to the basket. That's all that's going down. Yo, I've frustrated my children so much, bro. I only continue to play football on Thanksgiving because I was good at it.
Right.
Like I don't know, I'm not playing this year, by the way.
You're
But
not?
I can't.
I hear you.
So
Shoulder.
yeah, I'm about to say like if I fall awkwardly on this, it's a wrap. So but you know what I mean? Like it's like for that, like I want to be able to continue to do that, and I'm not gonna show them. You know what I mean? I would still beat them in races and then like run in the back of the house and throw up.
Dad, the end's right here. Nah, don't worry about it.
But yeah,
I'm chasing my pride.
Nah, but I mean that's true. I can't beat my younger cousins in basketball anymore because Eric actually he messed me up. I was giving them the work. Eric was like, because we was playing losers take out. Eric was like, yo, keep running. He was like, yo, he's gonna get tired. Keep running. That was it. Cardio shot.
Nothing wrong with being a grown up.
You got responsibilities now.
like so just to that point, in those shows, like that's what they do. So it's like you watching them, and like, oh, you got to get this done, and like they bring in like if they got kids or like a mom, and everybody's crying, they do like the intervention, and then they like promise to do better. And then, the rest of the shows gives you words as to whether or not they did. So, but I'm just saying, like, the things that matter to you, you know what I mean? Like, was like, yo, if, I just think there's if, I don't know, if you can be in that mindset and be like, and really, truly weigh whether or not the risk outweighs the reward. I've never had a child, so I can't say, hey, well, I don't understand why you would want this mommy makeover. And you know what I mean? Like, I've only seen people, so I can only speak about what I've seen. I can't really say that it's wrong because I don't know I don't know what it's like to have, like feeling all of these emotions and can't control, you know what I'm saying, none of it. We talking about like postpartum and, like
right.
all of these things that we know nothing about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can only sympathize, they're there. Breathe.
But you know, I
So
mean,
yeah, I
so
don't
you
know.
say,
What we say?
That's
say
before
that.
the baby. Just telling a person.
I'm just-
telling a person
hey, man,
that's over here.
You're just
lactating,
saying
like,
words,
just
you know, like
breathe,
I'm
you'll be
just,
all
yeah, just. You want some soda? that's.
Go ahead.
That's
I'm-
productive.
I'm-
Soda's all
like, I don't-
help people trying to fix
I
their
don't know what
body
to offer
image.
you. I'm just good at juice,
Support.
hugs,
How about support?
chocolate,
McDonald's,
Siobhan.
yeah, chocolate.
chocolate,
Would you like some Reese's?
among other things.
None of those things are helping the fitness mission.
It's not, but what do? You're making them feel better. I don't know.
Now I was
Whatever
gonna say,
you'd like me to do, I'll do.
and I didn't even know if y'all wanted to go there, but what? Let's go.
We going.
Let's go. So I mean, because you just touched on like the whole mommy thing, and like postpartum is a big factor, and you know, just like your mental, and, like how you see things, and it's a lot. And I know, like I think like there was a study that was saying like you're technically not out of that until like kid 6 or something like that.
That's
Seven.
wild.
Seven.
7?
Wow.
Number of
Yeah.
completion.
Like so, right?
Yes, it is.
Right.
He got real spiritual. With it. I thought I was the youth pastor today.
Right. So like just imagine, you know, just like not having the same body and all that plays a factor. But like let's talk about why a lot of people choose to get these surgeries. Sometimes it has nothing to do with them per se, but what they think their partner wants. You know, and I mean, not for nothing.
Here we
where
go.
we're at right. I said I was
Here we
gonna go
go.
there. Where we're at now in 2023, it's just like because of this influx of images, people want to be able to stay up to date. You know, be able to compete and all that. So. I would
Keep
like
up
to
with
ask
the
you guys.
Joneses, would you say?
I would say, I probably wouldn't say that, but you did.
The
so-
Kardashians?
Nah,
That's a good
it's
one. But I mean, I would like to ask you guys, like, as men
Okay.
on that side of things, and women being predominantly the ones who are getting cosmetic surgery, how would you feel if your partner did approach you and say, "Hey, this is something I want to do"?
Oh, don't all go at once?
I don't want to be first.
I'll go. I'll go.
We there?
I mean, that's for me. That's easy. I mean, I'm not with anything that's really going to risk her life. So, I mean, first and foremost, like, I mean, I love my lady the way she is. Like, that's not necessary. And I would hope, you know, when we talked about like family and you know people getting the trauma from their parents or whatever. Same thing from your significant other. I would hope that I'm like affirming her enough to like help build that. I don't think that means. I mean, my intentions could be great, and she's still gonna feel how she feels
Right.
if she were in that example. But I'm just big on like hopefully letting her know as much as possible that like yo she's good. Like that's not necessary. You know, but that's my take. I'm out. Your turn.
I think my approach would be to support her in doing it naturally. I'm learning. I'm in the process of learning, and I'm really big right now in my own personal life about doing things the right way, whatever the right way is for me. You know what I mean? So I think I'd support her in trying to do it the right way. And if we're in a relationship, I believe that the way I feel my right way would be something that she would be on board with, hopefully. So I'd encourage her to do it the right way, and I'd be a partner with her in trying to do it the right way.
Ooh, I like it. I like that.
Me?
You want me to go? Are you looking at me?
So, I mean, I'll go. If you,
Alright.
I mean, like, go for it. You got life insurance? We straight. I'm just,
You know,
no. No,
I
I mean,
like that took a second to register.
just nah, but I don't feel like that would be necessarily for me, and you know what I'm saying, like, so the conversation that will probably have to be had is that, you know, what you're actually doing is projecting your feelings about yourself onto like the way that you think that I feel about you, and that's not true. I can't really do anything, I feel like, to make you feel not the way that, because a lot of times, and I'm saying that like just off of personal experience, like you say these things, but it's like you're especially when somebody that you're with, and you're like, all right, you're looking at me from a different lens. So you're telling me that you know what I mean, like that you feel this way because you love me. You're not telling me, you know what I'm saying, like you not like you can't see me like everybody else see me. That's, you know what I mean, like this is my personal experience. I don't really know how to. You know what I'm saying? I can't say like I don't really know how to be like. I mean, I can affirm or like say say different things and like act a certain way, but it's like the way that you believe about yourself. You're going to feel that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like even online, when people will be like, well, you shouldn't do it because because of whoever you're with. Like you gotta do it for you. And people say that they're doing it for them, but at the same time, it's like I want for you to feel this way, to feel this way about me. And you know what I mean? Like, yo, I already feel this way. Like there's nothing that you could do to, you know what I'm saying? Like to change my mind. You know what I mean? Like I feel that, I mean, because the way that you look, even like in your body and all that stuff is fleeting. And you just hope that you'll be able to find somebody who is just beautiful on the inside. You know what I'm saying? As you feel about them when you first met them, whatever attracted you to them. You know what I mean? Like it's like, well, if I'm in it with you long term, then that's the way that I feel about you. So regardless of, what happens, and you know what I mean? Like it's like it kind of is what it is. Like I don't want you to die. So you know what I mean? Like we're talking about in terms of, I'm telling how we was talking about my 600-pound life for like losing because of health reasons. But I mean, like as far as elective surgeries, like I don't feel that that is something that's necessary. But also, when you're in that situation, I don't always know how to be able to convince a person that that's not what I need. Because now I'm like, oh, what am I doing to make you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I want to not do that thing.
Oh, I
And
know
he-
what's
you know
about to
what I'm
happen. Go ahead.
So
Yeah, go.
Chef Meg said, "What if she says, 'Hey babe, I have these 2 toddlers that have been lying on my chest for a while. My back hurts. I have shoulder dents and want to downsize my chesticles.'"
The terminology is amazing.
He's like, yo,
I can't laugh
Hey,
how I
man.
want to, but I'm laughing.
yo.
I mean, the thought process, like, it's not really my place to say. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I understand the health benefits, but I also, I don't know. I don't have your body. I don't walk with your body every day, so I don't know.
You're speaking
That's
specifically to that. So what if she's like, I want lipo?
She said what? She
What
wants
if she
lipo.
wants lipo?
I think he's saying like, yo, you just like.
Well, no, because he just mentioned the health benefits.
I think I don't want to lose my person, yo. Like I don't want to.
So I mean,
No, I get what Siobhan's saying, because different surgeries, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, so for example, like, if you're talking about somebody, I mean, I hate to say it, but like, lipo is more like, someone needing to like work on losing weight, taking the time that it takes to do that. Whereas, like, a person could lose all the weight they want and their chest doesn't lose. Like, you can't spot reduce.
Right.
So, like, you know what I mean? So that would be like a different conversation.
Yeah, I mean, but you can train certain parts of your body. If you're having lower back problems, then you can train your back. You know what I'm saying? You can train your shoulders. You can course correct. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
I actually never heard that take. That's
not-
that's a real
Definitely
thing that
not
can
my
happen.
place to
Yeah.
say.
No, I'm not saying that that's
Oh, no, I
the
said
way,
not my
to
place.
go. But I mean, there are ways. If you're struggling in one area or another, you can do something about it. You know what I'm saying? You can either gain information, find a personal trainer, do the research yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that may not be what you want to do, because everyone wants to lean into comfort. And finding a trainer, doing the work is going to be difficult. It may be out of your comfort zone, right? But you have to find your why. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Anything you're going to do needs discipline. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Consistency and discipline. And not many people have it, in my opinion.
No, that's-
Myself included. You know what I'm saying?
That's just the
So
truth of
in
the
order
matter.
to really be disciplined and consistent, you have to find your why. Why do I want to do this? If you really are having back pain, put in a solid effort to try to correct it yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't do it that way and it's not effective for you in a realistic time frame, then maybe we can go on to that point. But I'm always going to suggest to people to take the opportunity to try and find a way to do it for yourself. You know
So
what I'm saying?
I'm with you. So like if it's lipo for me, my thing about it is this: if you have the surgery, right? Say you have the surgery, but you don't change the behaviors, you're gonna end up in the same spot.
Absolutely.
Also, like they have things that they shrink your stomach. Like, all right, so you don't have the appetite to eat as much as you would, and they give you lipo, they shrink your stomach to do all these things. However, after that, say the successful is successful. If you still don't eat the way you're supposed to eat, your stomach will rip open because they sew it together. Like you could end up in a worse off situation trying to help yourself. And that's what we do with God if we're going to take it to a spiritual level, like trying to help you. And this is I'm already in the outfit, so you might as well. But like
This
trying
is
to
coming
help,
from the sweater.
This is coming- but trying to help yourself when you don't know what you actually need help with. Like maybe you, as T said, maybe you just need help being more disciplined. Maybe because like, all right, the thing about it is like, all right, you get liposuction, and say you eat right, but your issue is you never exercise. Now you get liposuction, you eat right, that's cool, but that's only half the battle. If you stress eat, if you're overly stressed and you need to deal with your stress, like all these things are going to contribute. All these things contributed to getting to the place that you're at. So getting liposuction is not going to stop any of those things from reoccurring. It's just going to postpone it. And then on top of that, you'll have other health defects because now you went in surgery and they may have removed something, they may have cut something. You've lost the integrity of something. Anybody that knows construction knows if I cut something, like it loses integrity. It doesn't matter what I do to it after. Just the fact that I broke it or that I cut it, it has now lost integrity. So now I have to bolster it or I have to do something to give it some more structure.
Correct.
To strengthen it. Like, but that's the truth of the matter. So like doing these things to your body, like I understand the idea of it. However, I don't, for me, it's not worth the risk, but that's just me.
I think it's easy for us to say that as men.
I mean, but it would be the same thing for me. Like, I just said I need to get back in the gym. Like,
I ain't but I mean, the thing is like if you just look at it from a societal standpoint, like we're casually conditioned to be okay with how we are. Like we have different things that we got to worry about.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so look at Family Matters, look at Fresh Prince, look at All in the Family. You could pick a show and like the father looked like me body wise.
Dad bod. I get you.
And the mom didn't, body
good call.
wise. And this, like, we've gone through the desired body type of women. Like, if you think about back when we were little kids, remember, like, how crazy anorexia and bulimia was?
Yeah.
Like, the body images projected by society to women is kind of, like, really aggressive. Like, now, the thing is to look more like the BBL shape, or, you know what I mean? Like, to have the desired Coke bottle or whatever the case may be. So it's like, as men, it's tough for us to relate to that specific type of pressure, but we'd more like be able to sit here in a room and talk about like the necessity to like get money in this society.
Yeah.
Because like it's like, yo, I ain't nothing without money. You know what I mean? Or like that's the feeling. Like, you know what I mean? Like every girl wants to date a rapper, or every girl wants to date an actor, or every girl wants to date athlete, or whatever the case may be. So it's like,
Or not even just the stuff that they have.
yeah, but this is what I'm saying. So we feel the pressure, like, yo, we gotta get some of those shiny things to even look the part.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the equivalent. I hate to say, but that would be the equivalent to like the pressure that just your every woman, for lack of better words, if we're the every man, would feel to have to like try to like get this improvement. You know what I mean? Like day by day, while we're just like, you know, doing what we wouldn't consider a thing. Like, oh, like, yo, your girl could be like stressed and on her period or whatever the case may be, and she's just like, oh, like, well, that's all you like on the gram is these. Like, you know what I mean? So she's like, what are the chances you like me? You're like, no, like, that's disposable. I don't care about that. She's like, well, it looks like you
look
care
at
about
it
That's
all
all
the
you
time.
like.
Right.
That's,
I was
that's
getting-
a hard
Yo,
thing to
I was getting ready.
comprehend.
I was getting ready to say that, like, guys, like that's one thing that we can't speak on. Is like just because we're looking at it doesn't necessarily mean that that's not what I want you to be if you're not that. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I can look at this in the I look at cars all the time that I like.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm saying like I'm not like I can't afford to just hit the lot and get, you know what I'm saying, get a Range Rover today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like
that's a bad
That's
example.
a bad analogy.
Thank you.
I get
Okay,
what you're
well,
saying.
No, because you just
because
said like, yo,
there's the
you just
way
said
it
like,
goes
yo,
You
but
don't
if I
want
could
it.
afford it, I'd go
Right.
get that.
That's yeah.
So that means
We're not-
If I could finish
the
my
parallel
thought.
you drew.
If I could finish my thought.
Go ahead. My fault.
This is Aaron's opinion. So I'll be on my island and I'm fine with that. But I'm saying that if I'm looking, all right, so I have a Beamer, no flex, because it's
Talk
it ain't
that
even
Beamer
like that.
talk.
I go to the lot and you know what I'm saying, like, yo, I see all that stuff. That does not mean that I'm going to buy one. Like I can drive by it every day and see it and be like, that's fly, and still love what I'm in. And you know what I mean? Like I don't need to go. You know what I mean? Like so it's like, oh well, you're looking at these things. I look at a whole bunch of stuff. Me and T Dub was just at a place like, you know what I'm saying, they had a whole bunch of delectable sandwiches. I had to choose one. Right. And I was happy with what I got. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so you can look at something and not covet it. You know what I mean? Like I don't just because I mean like yo, where do we go to the strip club to see when we was going? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you're seeing, like, they call it stripper bodies, yo, like that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, even when people get the cert, they be like, stripper body. Okay, so, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to see that. I know that I can't touch these people. I can't, you know what I mean? Like, all you can really do, all you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the rules go, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, like, you can. That's all you can. Like, that's all you can do. That's all you can do is look. I can understand it being like, you know, where you looking at all these people, but none of them look like me. Like
You know what it is? And I mean, like, trust me, I'm not trying to like.
I don't have a good answer for. I'm just saying, like, I know about.
I hate this part of the argument, and I knew we were gonna get there.
No argument,
but like
conversation.
No, but I'm calling it an argument because I like the whole social media, like what's real versus what's not. Yeah, right. Like there's a reason I conduct myself the way I do. Like to me, I don't have the dopamine attachment for double clicking versus the picture existing. So I feel like I look at pictures just as much as anyone, but I don't have to endorse it.
Correct.
And that's where like the endorsement is the thing. But I've had friends that myself, like, I mean, like, they are whole married, whole family, and like they double click. And then I was like, I just asked them if they could, similar to your weed point. And he was like, yo, that changes the experience. I was like, really? I was like, I feel like I see it just as much. So why do you have to do this?
You don't.
But that's you.
Right.
You don't.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
What is the experience for that double click? I would
No,
love
so-
to know.
but-
It's the dopamine hit.
but that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
forgiving
it's
the
the
heart,
yeah, it's the
and then it
opportunity.
gives you.
it's not even like you trying to send a message to the person. Like, this
It's
person
not?
got 800 million followers. Like,
Okay.
they not even, like, it's not even that. And that's why to me, like, I'm like, yo, there's so many followers. What does my double click really mean in the bigger scheme of things? But on the reverse, if I tell myself, what does it really mean? I know where it's going to really bother. It's going to bother my lady that follows me, potentially.
Right.
So, I still see it. I think a million
Well,
women
nah,
are beautiful.
so-
Women are beautiful people. But I'm chilling. Like, I don't have to, hey, liked it. KJ. So then when she scrolls, it's KJ and 8 million other
Right.
names.
Because that's exactly how it works. It tells me the name.
And then Instagram ruin your whole dinner.
Right,
Now you
right.
come home after work like, hey, baby. She's like, huh. And it's only because she had a bad.
What'd you do at work today?
And it's only because she had a bad day. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that's where I'd be like, I didn't need it. But I can understand if somebody does, because it's still just as unimportant.
I mean,
Like, from a man's standpoint, it is just as
don't
unimportant.
be-
Like, it doesn't mean more because you do that. But but it could have different ramifications, and that's why.
It
Well, it's
all
like, yo,
it all
you,
depends on
not
the
to cut
dude.
you off, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about millions, like hundreds of thousands of millions of followers, and like in my opinion, like the probability of those people being like, you know, you have all of these likes per minute or per hour. Like your Instagram, I don't know what that. You know what I'm saying? Know what that's like? You're like your Instagram going crazy. The probability that you're gonna see that I mean, like the person is gonna see that
100%.
I like the picture is so minuscule. Is not gonna. If I'm messaging them, even like they're not even gonna reply. The issue is if I do message them because then that's like that's a bad intention.
You know what's
but
crazy,
I'm saying
though?
like, but it's like yo, if you no, but I'm saying like if you can't. I think unless it's somebody that you, I mean, somebody that you
That's within proximity.
Yup.
maybe within
That works.
within proximity, like okay, then it's a then it's a conversation, but not even one like you know what I mean, like what, because what are you gonna be like? What are you actually going to believe? That's, you know what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what my intentions are at that point, because it's like, yo, you're gonna believe however it is that you feel. It really doesn't matter what the
I think my
says
biggest
a lot
thing
of
is
times
just
at
the
that
golden.
point.
My biggest thing is the golden rule approach, because at the end of the day, you know what's crazy? Yo, men are so different than women that like, yo,
Well, the thought process is different.
if you take the brain of like a famous, like if you take the brain of Beyonce, it's like she'll never see my light. But if you take the brain of Drake, he will mess with mad regular girls. So it looks different. And it's like, so if your girl was doing it, you might be like, yo, but that nigga will definitely slide in your DMs.
Facts.
And he
But
has
you're talking about somebody
40
who would
million
do it as opposed
followers.
to-
So the number argument would kind of, you see what I'm saying? Like so, like I understand
It's
what
not
you're
really,
saying.
yeah, but it's not really equal in somebody that you
no.
know that is actively doing that.
No, it is equal because it's two celebrities with 40 million followers. But the thing is, so the argument of, yo, like look how many people she has, it's just because niggas are different than females. For like, I know I'm not using politically correct terminology, you know what I mean? But
We
men
call
are
them
different.
Nelson
Now
at
you
my
hear this
house.
stuff on podcasts all the time. It's like,
Women typically date up and men will date whatever.
right,
Typically.
There's a huge difference.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
she gotta
I'm
be
saying,
bad.
like, you
She
don't-
gotta be bad. I'm not saying
It's
whatever.
not
is
that-
whatever.
not that it-
if she's bad, no matter what she does, she could be
Well, I'm
bad
saying, like-
at Burger King. She's still
100%.
No,
bad.
not
Yes.
that it
You know
not
what
that
I'm
it doesn't happen,
Y'all
but
not
you
dating
like
nobody
how
at Burger
often
King.
do
You're not.
you hear about like Taylor Swift having
Facts,
like
you're not.
Taylor Swift sleeping with groupies, like, you know what I'm saying, like, so you don't really hear nothing about. I'm not saying that it happens,
That's my
but I'm
point.
saying like no, but I'm saying that. But it's not like it doesn't. It's just that you're more like
Chef
you're,
Meg's stupid.
you're more than
Drake.
Like, you're more like, I'm saying you're more likely to hear about a guy doing that. Like, would it surprise you to hear that, to say, you know, like, oh yo, Kelly Rowland smashing groupies, or would you say, okay, well, Usher is smashing groupies? I think that one of those things sounds normal to me. Like, I'm just saying the way that our brains are conditioned. Like, yo, it's like, yo, Kelly did what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
that's my
you know,
point.
Usher, that's par for the course though. That nigga's the man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But that's my point.
Right.
That's literally my point.
But I
Like
think
it's like your
Okay.
girl,
Okay.
your girl,
I mean, well, you
your
say it,
girl
but-
liking a picture from Usher makes you think, there's a chance because niggas do that,
Yeah.
as opposed to like you're not you're not thinking that like
But that's-
Beyonce is going to do that,
but that's-
even if you're one of a million niggas that like the picture. Like it's nothing about your fade that's about to change her up.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, something about your lady's hips is just gonna be perfect at that given moment. That is gonna be like, yo, what up? I don't even care that you're broke. Cause to his point,
Right.
the girl at the drive-thru can get hollered at by a dude in a foreign, but you and your Beamer are not looking over at the bus stop at the red light. It's not popping.
right.
My Beamer.
Yeah, not popping.
I'm not the only one.
But that's
You feel me though?
excuse me.
It's just the way the world, like to his point about the way the world
I
works.
think it's
like,
I think it speaks to Siobhan's point too, though. Like because of how they perceive, because of the perception that if a woman were to speak to a famous person, they would get the time of day. It
There's a chance.
confuses it confuses the woman
Right.
about when a man does it.
So
Because of the projection.
interaction, right?
Because
Exactly.
because it's possible for you.
Right. So
Right.
You think it's
that-
more of a reality for him. But don't
Gotcha.
nobody want your man.
But
Like
No,
nah, for real. I'm sorry.
that's
Like
facts,
everybody
though.
like
That's-
everybody loves
that's-
my lady, but don't nobody want me. Like
That's-
we've had
Not
a
like-
conversation before where we talked about like how females like are super judgy almost when it comes to like even how men approach you in a
Absolutely.
reasonable way.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like the example was I think at the gym. We had talked about
Oh,
this a
okay.
while ago. And just like how we'll kind of be like, ew. And then like take that interaction and run it back to our friends like, do you know who would try to kick it to me or whatever? It's like there's
Like,
a
he
lot of
literally
Yo,
just tried
Tia
to
with the
rap.
subtle
he-
cosign, yo.
like he tried to rack your weight. He was a gentleman. He literally was like, "Oh, I was already heading over there. I'll rack your weight."
right. Or the like the DM thing. I don't know what the men in the DM really are trying to do a lot of the time.
So-
but the
No,
ones
connect.
Not to make it personal, right? But yo, if you were in love with this with a nigga that was like 5'8", you know what I'm saying? And to those,
I've been
The
waiting
story's
to go
already
here.
false.
What I'm saying, like, just hold on, just
Like, can we make it 6'1" versus 6'5"
No, I'm saying,
so we
like,
can
yo,
deal
so,
with
like, yo.
reality?
Hold on, but I'm saying though. So if you're now the viewers know Siobhan's affinity for tall guys, but yo,
I'm
so
surprised
if you're
I've never
dating
been BBL.
somebody that's 5'8", and you know what I'm saying, like, and you're always, but you're liking, when you're in love, you're committed, you're not thinking
No,
about
she's
other
not.
niggas.
He's
But
5'8".
hold on, but
She did not get
but
past
you're-
5'8" at all.
But you're double tapping on all of these tall niggas like pictures. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, well, she likes tall dudes. Like,
Look at his
you know what I mean?
lower
Like,
torso.
yo, it is what it is. Yo, it is what it is. I'm like, I'll get my knees done now.
I was just about to go there. Like,
That was like
honestly,
one
let me
guy.
slide in
That was like
brochures
one
and
dude on the internet that
That
went and got
was
his knees
not
done.
just
Yo.
one
He
guy.
did?
There was
Yeah.
several. There was more than one guy that went to
Yo,
Turkey.
and they're
I
the
need to
small,
send you
the
that.
small percentage of.
But
I mean, all right, but I'm saying, but that doesn't mean that you know, that means that you like tall guys. That means that they're. You can't be like, yo.
She's like, but I do
you're
like
in love,
tall
yeah, but
guys.
you're in love with the 5'8" guy, so he doesn't have. You would like to believe that he doesn't have anything to worry about.
So,
Yes.
But
okay.
you're right, but what you find attractive is still attractive.
So what
Just
would you
because
say?
it's not
What
your
would you
person
say if he was
doesn't
like,
mean
babe,
that you liked him less.
babe,
Go ahead. So I can tell you exactly how soft she's gonna say he is. Like, yo, you're not. As a man,
Babe.
you're not able to own your emotions.
Right.
So you're not gonna go to her and be like, babe, I just feel like
I should
you was
get my
kind of
knees
liking a lot
done."
of tall niggas' pictures on Instagram.
Babe,
Like I
I'm
seen
just
you on the
saying.
Instagram.
I mean, the stilts for Christmas.
I seen you on Instagram all over the NBA. You was
babe, I
going
was just
crazy.
saying, if I doubled up on these knees, I'd be
Like,
at least 6'2".
You can wear the heels that you want, and we can take pictures.
And
Like,
you know what Siobhan would say? Siobhan would be like, I love you. And I think that you'll make it through the surgery.
I would never advocate.
Babe,
But you wouldn't
I can-
stop him.
I could be double
take a
jointed.
deep breath so you can say it with a straight face. Go ahead.
I would never advocate for someone to get elective surgery on their knees.
So you would tell the doctor to say it was mandatory.
Just boost it.
You're gonna die if you don't grow up, yo.
Siobhan
Like,
said,
yo.
don't put it in his knees, put it in his ankles.
Studies show there's a whole new crop of tall niggas coming. You may lose your love if you don't get it. I think this is necessary.
I do not discriminate
She
against
said, go get calf extensions.
Calf extensions.
Like, sir.
the slander. I want to make this really clear. I
There's a callback
Love
where you said
everybody.
that's not what God had for you.
That is exactly what you said.
word.
That is exactly
When
what
I
you
said,
said.
what if God made the man you love in a
I think it was
5'9".
5'8".
So luckily, he's not backtracking at this point, so we're good on that. So he knows all, you know, he sees all. He's this
He's
we're
tall
good.
niggas.
I would agree. I just see he
Like,
also has a
we're-
sense of humor.
He does, but I never
He knows
vocalized
all, and he
these
knows
things.
what you need.
He
The Bible
knows-
says he'll give you what you need.
The
Desires
desires of your heart.
No, that's if your desires line up with his
And he
desires.
already
He'll give you the desires
said,
of your
"You
heart.
Got me. Listen, y'all not about to.
She said, I pray a
I'm
lot.
speaking things into it. I was a prophet over my own life.
Wait, you used your gift for that?
She said, I'm gonna touch.
Yo,
She
Jesus
said, I'm
never
gonna
used his
I'm gonna
gift for
touch and
himself.
agree with myself.
He didn't even make bread after a 40-day fast, yo.
Crazy. It's like, yo, God, now that mean you
Yo,
close.
it's like, yo, man,
Let him-
other prophets, like, you know, God is doing this great thing in your life. God is gonna bless you. All you need to get yourself right. For me, tall nigga. I speak prosperity over my man's height. In Jesus' name.
Ducking doorways, preferably.
He's like, ooh, I feel that Kevin Durant.
I mean, with a do-rag. With a do-rag.
Okay. I did want us to talk about
Okay,
that
so if a
knee
guy was
surgery,
6'3", versus a guy being 5'10", and one knew how to brush his hair.
You can see the top of his head.
6'3". 6'3" is not out of reach. Like 6'11", I can see a lot of like,
So,
you
yeah.
never see it. It's
So-
not your business.
Right, so maybe I don't know.
Like only
what's
Wembenyama.
happening. Right.
only Wembenyama can see like the fact that he got the.
Yo. Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
So
It's a struggle. You're not answering.
Cause I
You want the 6'3"? You'll brush his hair.
5'10" is reasonable.
That's an act of service. That's
5'10"
fire.
is tall. 5'10" is taller than me. I'm good. Just move on.
We are making progress. Hey, 5'10s out there, you have a chance. Especially if you have a personality.
I think it was
Yo.
6'1" was the
Before it
minimum
was
before.
6'1".
Not
Yeah,
you
I'm
said
5'10" now.
Get you some
I swear-
Tims.
I swear
Get
it
you
was
some
6'1".
Tims with some insoles.
Yo, it's New England.
Listen,
It's New England. Fall in love this winter.
what Siobhan is saying,
Get some
Siobhan is
boots.
saying, get your knee extensions before she meets you.
I mean, if he gets
I
it
gotta say,
before,
Yo.
he'd be alive if he got the
So
meter.
now what? Yo, but what about that? So so I never had a desire to want to get a knee surgery, nothing like that. But that one dude, right? That went to like Turkey.
We're gonna take a knee. He's gonna take two.
Oh wow.
It was,
Okay, did you see the
Yo,
meme, Siobhan? Yeah, Did you see the meme of the guy that got the knee surgery?
no, I didn't. There's more
Did you
than
think he
one
was handsome?
person, and he was not attractive. I don't.
So you
know.
could be ugly and tall?
Oh my
Yes.
gosh! You know that happens.
I wouldn't. I'm a man.
You're well. Let
I
me
don't
tell
care.
you, there are some very unattractive tall men out there in the world, but that's okay.
Do they
That
get a
is-
shot?
They get shots with other people.
I'm just saying because they are tall.
I care about what's on the inside.
Ooh, ooh.
Of a
Is
tall
he a
person.
I care about what's on the inside of 5'10" and up.
You never cared about the personality of a
The
short
Lord
nigga.
knows my heart.
It's like,
Lord
but
knows my
I'm
heart.
well read. She was like, you're 5'7".
He can't even see your heart.
You sure are well read because you're on the floor.
You're the size of the book. Get away from me.
Oh man. Okay.
For the record, we are not that tall, but we roasting each other now, right now.
All of y'all are taller than me, so
I'm dope.
what? All y'all are taller than me. I've never had a problem with anyone who's short. I just want that to be very clear. Short people are the bee's knees.
What's
This backhand compliment.
If you didn't notice, she said your knees are small.
Oh
Poor guy.
gosh, man. I wanted to talk about this, not in this way, but that elective surgery of increasing your height. I mean, oh gosh.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, Lord, Is being tall a thing for men? Like, is that important? Is there a certain
It's important
status
because
that's
it's important to
affiliated?
women.
That's
Right.
exactly
In
what it is.
that,
Right.
but the
It's
funny
important
thing
for
about,
women.
but the
But
funny
wouldn't
thing about that
then-
is that would be the woman argument
Right.
for thinking that things are important because it's important. Like, so that would be the equivalent of dudes liking, hourglasses or whatever all day. So that would be like, oh, no, we hear women talking about tall, dark, and handsome all day, so I guess I need to be tall. Like, this height thing isn't working out for me. Let me get the NBL. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Chef
Oh,
Meg's.
Yo, I was talking about that one dude. So it was like, cause the girl said, yo, if his beard don't connect, then neither can we.
Ooh,
makes sense.
Homeboy went to Turkey and got the
100%.
got the
rolling.
joint done to his face.
I'm
You
rolling.
know what I mean? Like a year later, cat's prospering. Like
Also done in Turkey.
Important.
that's what I said.
No, I'm just saying that's where the knee
Oh.
surgery happened.
Oh,
They're
wow.
doing all kinds of stuff in
You
Turkey.
got- you
They're
got-
progressive.
Your Google search is crazy.
And,
Yo,
no,
yeah.
I
Yo,
don't.
do you
listen, it's
automatically
not-
forward
no, let
that
me
to
just
short
speak-
guys
no.
in the DM? Like, yo, see this first.
And I'm not even.
Hey, Siobhan, how you doing? Siobhan, when's the last time you been to Turkey?
I know, right? Oh, you got a discount code over there?
But nah, so like, being tall was cool. Being tall was cool when I was growing up. Like I wasn't tall, so like seeing people that were taller than I was, like, for me before cause I was average height, but a little bit on the taller side. So for me, being tall was just so I could dunk. It was about basketball initially. It was just but then
Still triples
people
over the girls.
It absolutely it does. But like just dunking it looked cool. But I mean I just practiced jumping and then I could jump really high, so I could still get up there. So it was cool.
She's not buying it.
No, that was
Excellent segue for you.
that. No, I'm done talking about height. I don't think there's anything that I could say.
Chef
that
Meg
would-
said her cousin went to Turkey to get work done.
Ooh, what they get? What they get?
What did
What
what did
Don't
said
say the
cousin
specific
get done?
surgery, didn't you?
Well,
Just
Well,
don't
you
say
didn't say the cousin?
Don't say the name.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, you nose job.
No,
Yeah,
I-
like that's how it's gonna go when she says the surgery. Like everybody doesn't have a family littered with nose jobs. Like, nah, that only narrowed it down to 10.
that's
Like, nah, that's one
We're
nigga
not gonna-
at your family reunion.
don't say the name. We're just gonna say Aaron B. No. Abe Amen. There we go.
Like only like everybody doesn't have like 5 BBLs at the cookout.
my
Like that's wild.
That would be crazy.
You gotta think.
5
You wouldn't
is
bring your
wild.
husband.
Oh man.
You know Nicole done got the BBL. Can't go over there no more.
It is wild. You guys are just. Ooh,
Sorry,
anyway.
I
I
already.
appreciate this.
I did
I'm
the
sorry.
mature part. I already was mature. Like now I'm just like.
I started off immature and I just I mean I came with the mature outfit, so that was my
Oh,
portion.
you had to balance.
Yeah.
I feel you, Rev.
But yeah, so I mean I don't think it translates to
No.
men as much.
Men
Because
gotta get
that-
money.
Because as KJ said, it's not the thing that we kind of push towards, just because like the things that we didn't fight about appearance growing up. Like there was chubby jokes, of course, like, but aside from that, like the biggest thing was like, all right, do you get money? Basically, can you play sports? Can you bag girls? Like these were the things.
Those are the things.
These are the things that
What
men.
do you look like after you get your hair cut?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not even.
yeah.
The things are your ability to attract
To
females.
females, right?
Like, yo, I just
Like
So,
yo,
you get your,
car
get
money,
your chain.
whatever.
Well, it's just
Yeah.
how.
I kind of always said like if there were no women on Earth, I feel like there will only be like a few colors that would exist that we don't care.
Absolutely. Men don't
You
care.
know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
What?
Like I might today I'm wearing blue, tomorrow I'm wearing black. Like, you know what I mean? Like they can comment on my outfit, like we gonna have a problem.
Things. Well, no, and I've also heard that like, cause like I've talked to my nieces, like understanding like high school is different. Like we were talking about high school. Like for me, I'm like high school is great. Like I wasn't the most famous person or like popular kid in school, but I was solid. Like I didn't really have too many issues. I got in some fights and stuff like that. Like I had some good times in high school. But like for women, they're like, yo, I was tormented by like these other girls about my looks and stuff like that. And that's something like they grow into. And like that's why I can understand them feeling the need to do it, because like for 13 years, probably not 13 years. I don't think people was doing it in kindergarten, but like for a good portion of your life, in the beginning stages, it's just other females talking about your appearance.
But I think it goes back to the societal thing, because like I just think that there's not an importance on how, like a larger importance on how men look as opposed to how women look,
Right.
because men, like I feel like kids tease each other all the time. Like a big thing about growing up is like, yo, like you probably tease the girl you like because you don't know how to say you like her. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, but the thing is, being a kid that grew up chubby, like you are gonna get those jokes, but those jokes don't hit all of us the same.
Right.
Like I was a person where it's like, might have been sad that day, whatever. I might even take a F for gym because I'm not about to go swimming with my shirt off, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like all these things, but who cares? Like in the bigger scheme of things, who cares? Like, but like some other guys that were bigger, I know guys that like literally took the whole summer and ran to change their appearance and not be heavier. And like, you know, I wouldn't say that it necessarily changed their security level on the inside, back to the point from earlier. But it did change their appearance, so they were able to like get by with being socially awkward more, because they were just like, oh, he's mysterious over there in the corner, but he's slim.
Yeah.
As opposed, like, you know what I mean? I hate to say it, but like your personality is gonna have to do a little bit more work for you if you're like a bigger guy.
Really?
But I think
100%. Like you don't have to be loud or boisterous, but your personality does have to do something. In comparison, like, you know, you might be articulate, you may be clever, you may be charming, you may be any of those things, but you can't be just this human that exists. Like you can be a skinny guy in the corner and never say a word, and the girl's gonna be like, I wonder about him.
Sometimes. When you say skinny, because like just average, because them skinny. Oh,
Not malnourished.
okay.
You don't have to give them 30 cents a day.
You know what? You know the crazy thing is like, what you like what you like.
100%.
And the thing about it, like for guys, we most times we really don't even care, and women put that emphasis on themselves and do it to one another, to Katie's point. But like I know, like I talked to so many women that be like, yo, I grew up, I was in school and I got boobs before everybody, and then people like the other girls is like hating on me or saying that I was doing, you know, that I was being fast with boys or whatever, just because of that. They didn't know nothing about me. They was just hating because they hadn't gone through. Yeah, they hadn't gone through it. Because I went through it early, and so you know what I mean. But I'm saying, but that happens throughout life, because it's like, yo, yes, those like the BBLs and you know what I'm saying, like in them Coke bottle shaped bodies, like is, you know what I mean, it's cool to look at. It really is dope. But if that didn't exist, just me being a male that went through puberty, knowing all of the thoughts that I had when I was younger to this point, it really would not matter. You know what I'm saying? And when I say, yo, like, cause I mean,
So
I'm just saying to the point, like, yo, you still, when it comes down to it, yo, like you still find women attractive if you like women.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, you still want to smash if that's what you're trying to do.
True.
It's not gonna, you know what I mean, like, this is not gonna be and it's not for, I'm not saying, I mean, not for everybody necessarily, but yo, for the most part, it's like, come on, man, like, I'm not tripping on those stretch marks, bro. Like, I'm not,
Right.
you know what I mean, like, I don't care that you know what I'm saying, that you don't have this picture perfect body that you know, that you think. This is not this is not like a preference that I put on you. Hey, sorry, oh boy. This is not a thing that I put on you. This is like something that you already came with. Cause I'm saying, like, if you're 17 or 18 and you're the girl that you wanna get don't have all of those perfect things, and she offers you the opportunity to be able to do what you want to do, you're just going to do it.
Sopping it up like a biscuit.
that you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, yo, just I heard Sinbad like back in the day in his comedy special, he's like, yo, like it be like the women that do the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that guys don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, all the lingerie and all this stuff. It's like, bro, once your clothes is off, underwear is optional. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even make it that complicated all the time. It's like, it's you know what I mean? Like, it's just what women a lot of times like prefer, or they think that, you know, that other women are doing that they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely generational at this point. I feel
That's what I
like
was
you
gonna say.
guys, that fits. I don't know about these.
So
I
it's
just think. Oh, go ahead, bro.
so yeah, so it is definitely generational because like so much has gone into what the appearance of a woman is supposed to look like. So for instance, like I grew up in the 90s. AJ grew up in the 80s. So like,
Wait.
The way he said that. I'm
Wait a
sorry.
minute. I don't remember it all. I'm like, you think
I
seem
don't
like
remember
I'm
all
born in
the
the
90s.
90s.
I think
Hold on, man.
you grew up in the 2000s.
I was a teen.
I mean, technically, yeah.
He grew up in the 90s.
All right, cool. We'll swap it. We'll swap it. All right, whatever.
We're
Yeah,
little
yo,
kids in the 80s.
I was 91.
Like, blow the dust off my armpits, bro.
You said it like he was like at a fourth
My
grade
bad.
reading.
My
Yeah,
bad.
like,
I'm sorry.
the
I didn't know I was gonna offend all y'all like that. My
Yeah,
bad.
I was in the 80s dating and stuff.
Like,
I didn't say all that. I
I
didn't
was
say.
doing coke with everybody else.
Did you sell crack?
Yeah.
How active were you in the 80s? Like,
My bad. My bad. I didn't know y'all was gonna take it that way. All right, my bad. But
That's
no,
really
like
nigga stuff.
you got to think about the times we were in. In the 90s, like we're talking, like the famous woman at the time was Jada Pinkett Smith.
back to societal.
To bring it back, Jada Pinkett's body is not as crazy as anybody would say. Like compared to like women today, Jada Pinkett was average. Like
It's society. I'm telling you.
Aaliyah is another popular one. She was average. Like it wasn't, her body wasn't crazy. Like it was just like, it wasn't the sex appeal that it is today. So like it wasn't like Nicki Minaj, like, oh yeah, you gotta have the biggest, you gotta have like this certain size cup and all this, that, and the other. You didn't have to have that in the 90s. Like Little Kim, before she had the plastic surgery, same thing.
Different
Like
person.
completely different person. But but like
See, this
Like-
is why you don't start.
But
But that is a cautionary tale. Like, yo, whenever your lady talks about wanting to start, like, yo, what if you're never satisfied?
listen, Sammy Sosa, same thing. If you're gonna switch it to the other side, like.
Back to the mental.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, things were so much different now that now kids are pressured to have these incredible bodies, or people are pressured to have these incredible bodies. No spots, no wrinkles. You can't have anything. That's why bulimia was such a big thing. That's why anorexia was such a big thing, because people were trying to keep up with this image that they were given. Like, oh, this is what a body is supposed to look like. This is what men want. This is what women want, or whatever the case may be. So we modeled ourselves after those images. Sometimes we did it purposely. Sometimes you didn't think about it, but you just started to do it because that's the trend. Like, understanding these things, like, gets us to the point where, like, yes, I think older people are less likely to do it because we understand that there was a time before this. There was a time before this where everything. Listen, Lauryn Hill is dope. Lauryn Hill is just a dope person. Her body is not crazy. She's just a dope person to be around. Like that, the whole Love and Basketball thing. Sanaa Lathan, another one. Her body's not crazy. She's
I don't
just.
know about that though.
I mean, Sanaa Lathan.
I'm gonna let you get that off.
I mean, but what he's
It's not crazy, like-
he's comparing all of these women that are not as voluptuous as the BBLIG model
Right.
community.
Right.
That's
But
the
they have
point that he's driving
Great
home.
bodies.
Nah, they have-
Like, yeah,
They
yeah.
do work.
Well,
Like, you know,
there's-
you
but
got
there-
Halle Berry, you got J Lo. Like
But
the list
there-
goes on and on of the women
Like,
of
they're
the time
natural
growing up.
Not to
bodies.
say like they,
Like-
but like I'm saying like when I say like they don't have great bodies, I don't mean like they don't have.
They don't have this.
No,
They don't have this-
overly
Right.
voluptuous body.
Correct. Like it's not this out of control body. Like it's not the Pamela Anderson type of joint. Like where her breasts are just crazy big, like kind of thing. Like it's an average body. It's an everyday body, and that was the thing. Like Sierra, when Sierra first came out, everyday body.
They
Like
called her a man. That was
yeah, they did. But yeah, they did. They spread a whole rumor about her being. But that's my point. Like we grew up in a different time where the image wasn't that thing, because before that it was just dope to be a vibe with somebody?
Oh man, crazy question. Yo, yeah, it is definitely gonna be a bad question. Yo, was Free like the thickest person growing up?
Freeway?
Think about it?
Free?
No,
No.
free.
No.
What?
Free from 106 and Park, dog.
Hey, yo.
My bad.
You know, it was off by the time.
I was good. Was he?
No, I knew Free and AJ. So
Then why'd you say Freeway?
I don't know why.
Yo, it's like,
soon as I-
free, like
as soon as I heard
Freeway's body,
Free-
he's like, yo, man,
I didn't sign on for that.
My bad.
man, these looks like lotion, chicken flavored chips. Like, yo, it's like,
Even though what we do is wrong. Nah, but like I'm thinking about, I'm like, yo, now that you just went through all of those
Right.
like celebrity,
And then even the chick that
sought
came in after
people-
on 106 in Park, like I forgot her name.
Oh no,
after
she
Free.
wasn't,
She wasn't crazy either.
That's why I said Free might have been like an outlier. Yo, the understanding nod that just went across the room through silence. Is
But that's what I'm
crazy.
saying. Like the view has changed so much since then. Like from like what we see or what we perceive.
Do y'all remember the comments about J Lo's body growing up?
Yeah, they said her butt was too fat.
Like they used to
it
speak.
was fake.
They used to speak
Yeah.
about her the way they speak on IG models now.
Right.
So it's so if you don't couple those stories with actually looking back and seeing what you see casually every day now, on like when you open your phone, like you're like, I can't believe people said that. Like she's actually like rather
All right.
petite. Like,
Right.
like it's just like a whole different change of times as far as like the projected body image. Like it's crazy.
True.
Even if you go back to like Marilyn Monroe, like
None of us were alive.
but I'm saying like
I'm
pictures
saying
and
you
stuff
tried to
like
call us old, so I don't know what you're.
Oh, my bad.
Go back to Marilyn Monroe.
that. I've seen
Like-
pictures. I've seen the History Channel before. I'm messing with you. But no, like it's just the projected the projection of what the image is supposed to look like is what has caused people to look at their bodies and feel like they're inadequate. Because like it's the same conversation I had about I had a conversation about tomboys. When we were growing up, tomboys was a thing. Now tomboys is not a thing anymore. Like it's just
Is it not?
no.
I don't.
People
it's
don't use the
not
term anymore.
Because
They listen.
Yeah, it's
We're not gonna do that.
Okay,
No, that'd be
just,
cool.
all
My
right,
bad.
there's that.
But that what I'm saying is
But I mean, growing up, like, okay.
what I'm saying is
Nobody wants to do it.
the perception has changed, and because the perception has changed,
Has
like,
it?
I think for a lot of people it's changed. Like for society, not for
Society-
everybody, but like society is determined. This is what it is now, kind of thing.
Siobhan, you play basketball in high school?
So what I was gonna say,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, but no, essentially,
Perception.
you were. And it's not like you call a girl a tomboy. It was what it was. Like she'll grow out of it. Now you're calling a young lady a tomboy. People are putting lesbian on them.
Right.
So you
very
don't-
early.
So you don't think that happened to majority of the girls that played basketball? that
Not
were
at the time.
tomboys?
My
Not
bad,
at-
Megs.
Not
Not
My
at
bad.
the time. It was a lot of just like, oh, she's a tomboy. She likes this. She'll grow out of it. It was different then. Now, everybody is trying to peg them as lesbians super
Nah.
early.
I think it was both. Like that's why.
Right, just,
That's why I
just-
specific,
it's
no, that's why I
now it's like-
specifically said athletics.
But that's what I'm
like,
saying.
You know
like,
what I mean? Like because.
High school with her super bad now.
Listen,
100%.
Super bad.
listen.
I just think like because
I can
it's
say more.
okay for things to be
It was
for
more
certain
acceptable,
labels.
socially acceptable.
Now it's just like, oh well, she likes these things. She
You
must
know the,
be a
you
lesbian,
know the
tomboy.
W-
Yep,
you
that's
know
exactly
They
what
don't
I said,
even
Megs.
allow the tomboy thing to like
it's
really
not
be
even-
said anymore.
That's exactly what we're saying right now, Megs.
The WNBA like pushed the marketing opposite LGBTQ when we were growing up. Even women that were lesbian, they would make them appear more feminine to try to market the sport.
You think so?
No, it's a fact.
That's how it was back in the when they first started.
There's a documentary that says it.
That they tried to make the women
No, that
more.
they did.
So
That's
that's why
wild.
they look like girls. Like they didn't really look like that.
No.
I don't tell me. 'Cause
No,
I missed
it's
it.
just that, but that's what I'm saying. Like there is a heavy heavy lesbian population in
Oh, yeah, we
in
know
athletics, and like the women that were more masculine presenting or butch or whatever were told not to appear that way when the sport was new. When the
Really? I mean, because I feel like
it's
that
in the
stride
documentary.
into the arena just told it all. Regardless.
I mean, but the thing is, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, it's just like when the NBA had the dress code and they told everybody to wear suits, but everybody wore their
Wore the
suits
baggy
the way they would wear
suits.
their jeans. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like a person is going to do things the way they naturally feel comfortable to do them. So it doesn't matter if you say like, "Oh, I got to follow the rules." You're still gonna follow the rules to your
To yours,
liking.
yeah.
To the other side, I think it's easier because the vision of appearance isn't as tough on guys as it is on females. I think it's easier because like I had cousins that were bigger, and like they would ask me like, "Yo, how do you get girls?" I'm like, girls don't like. It's not specifically looks. I'm like girls like people that are confident.
It's a combination.
It's a bunch of stuff. Like if you're confident, if you're funny,
If your sneakers are clean.
if you're good at sports, I'm like it doesn't matter what it is,
It's
just be good at it.
It's a combination.
Right. Like you could get over like there's ugly dudes that pull amazingly famous people. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like yo, bro, you're ugly.
they're
Why do they
funny.
like you? Like
they're
right.
what?
Because they're funny.
Yeah. Oh, funny
But
is
like
the cheat
funny,
code.
right? Funny will save your life if you're overweight or if you're underweight or if you need a knee surgery. Be funny.
Definitely 5'7" until high school.
That's
Bro.
the
Listen,
believe that.
funny is at least 6 inches. Like,
Pause. Hey, yo.
my bad.
Hey, Jamie.
My bad.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Yeah, we out there.
Yeah.
Of height.
We're way out.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
I didn't fix that. That was just
my bad.
like looming over the room. Like,
I didn't know y'all took it that way. My brain doesn't go.
Stop.
He's killing it right now.
I'm on fire.
I think another question is why at this time in society do people internalize the visuals so frequently, right? Is it like because of the single parent household and they don't have someone to balance or to give them the confidence of self and they're looking for it outside and then they're looking at it on a screen and then they're internalizing that's what they should look like or
We
that's what they
didn't
want.
have screens like we did,
I
like how
think-
it is now. We didn't have. I mean, it's so different. Like we had magazines and whatever, and that was
That's
like
been fudged as well. They were
no, I know, but even
No, it's just
that,
an
like
influx.
you,
It's like imagine.
subscription, like you got to go back, like
It wasn't
you
that
are.
back
It's
then.
so.
It wasn't at your
Okay,
fingertips.
so say for example, like
readily
remember
available.
remember the Jet magazine, the small Jet, right? And then remember
Beauty
like they had the
of the
Jet
Week.
Beauty of the Week.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right? Now how often did
Look
that
at his
happen?
face.
I used to collect them.
Now how often did that
You say
happen?
you used to collect them?
Okay,
No,
monthly.
Jet was weekly.
No,
Wasn't Jet
I
weekly?
think I think the magazine came out.
The little small
was the
booklet.
one- the-
Jet
was every
Beauty
week.
of the
Little
Week.
small one.
No, I know what it was titled, but I think the magazine came out monthly. Yo, but the thing is, okay, so let's just say. So
And
let's
they would
go-
have their little bikinis on.
So let's go weekly. That's 52 images of a woman in a bikini that you get in a year.
Yeah.
You can triple that in a day without trying.
Easy.
And
Oh,
that's,
just by- yeah.
and that's the difference. Like the heightened amount of how much content you can consume would make them feel that way even more. Like you know what I mean? Like when you talk about like the bulimia and anorexia and body image and like society pushing these things through media, like now the media we consume is in our hand all day. So if you could just happen to scroll past 300 women in a day just because you're just sitting there, like she probably looking like, "Do you think that many joints?" Like I was having nervous breakdowns. Like, man, these niggas that much better than me. I'm just saying, like that's a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a lot of pressure. Like you know what I mean? Like girls don't. I hate to say it, but girls don't really like that stuff. Like girls like they don't be like, oh, look at this nigga in the Lambo. Like that would hurt all day. Like you be like, I guess I'm gonna just go get in my regular car and come home home and try to get some respect. Like, nigga, you ain't bring the Lambo
Are we
home
still,
yet?
are we still on?
Nah. I'm trying to figure it.
Oh, dag damn it. Okay.
Trying to fix it right
Well,
now. It just cut out though.
only the people on DBN.
Well, we're still on the other two channels. We're just not
only
on
the people
ours.
on DBN in my chat can hear us. Okay. That's
It's
fine.
okay.
We don't want to.
Hey
We
guys,
don't want to
we're
end this.
still here.
End this with no outro.
Nah, so give me 2 seconds.
Yo, did we hit
It's
2
like,
hours?
oh yeah, we about there.
Mm.
Okay, no outro for that one. All right.
What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. Anyway.
Nah, straight. Give me 2 seconds. I'll put it back up.
Oh, so
Alright, here we go.
we're
I just had to refresh.
that joint ended, dog. We, so funny thing happened to me the other day. No. Are we anyway, we appreciate those who are watching via DBN. Continue to watch those watching on Soft Spoken Private TV. Hit the subscribe button on the Logic Based Collective YouTube page. You can also find us on Facebook. We're there. There are conversations to be had. We would like for you to get in on them and give us some ideas of things that you want to talk about. And we'll probably be able to get to it.
Yeah.
And, well, if you want to call, maybe there'll be a number at some point you can call. I don't know. I don't know. Possibly.
We getting there.
But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Comment, share, like, subscribe, save, whatever platform it is that you're watching on. We would greatly appreciate it.
Dislike, share, and subscribe.
Right.
Even if you dislike, we are inviting the haters.
They're not haters.
come in.
Voice your disdain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear
It's like-
about it.
Tell me why we're
I hate when people talk about things with a mature point of view.
Listen,
Like you,
tell me
you
why.
all
Tell me
suck.
why you don't like us.
I don't want to hear wisdom. It's like, I don't know. Are we back on yet?
Yeah, we're back on right
Okay,
now.
all right. There we go. It's kind of like going on a possibility that nobody was listening. But
Oh.
Nah, somebody
Somebody's
popped in on your channel.
go ahead. Anybody? We
All
good?
hearts and minds.
are all hearts and minds clear.
Oh, we came back just to do the outro.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
This is
All
conversation
hearts-
was rocking.
Hearts and minds clear. This was a good convo. It's pretty hilarious. I laughed a lot more than what I thought it was gonna. It's been a pretty good.
There was
time,
more
guys.
substance than I thought, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't think there was gonna be enough substance.
It's a very
Those
shallow
are- yeah.
topic. What?
Really?
It's an empty BBL.
Cosmetic surgery is very shallow.
If
Of course
we
it's a
kept it
shallow
at
topic.
BBLs, yeah, but this was pretty broad.
What
Okay.
about broads?
I didn't,
We still on.
Still got it.
I know, right? It hasn't died yet.
So,
All right, we back.
we good? All right.
Yeah.
Ron?
Well, has anybody got anything coming up? Church announcements?
Ooh. No church announcements, but you know what it is. Spreadtheword.store or spreadthegoodword.com because the word's good for you. So it's probably good for the next person too.
The word is absolutely good for the next person. And all those who read the word and take time to understand it, I think that you might want to go to spreadtheword.store, spreadthegoodword.com. It's a good word. Thegoodword.com. So are all hearts and minds clear? Well, may the Lord watch.
Between
Like,
me.
just choir rehearsal, right?
While we're absent,
one from another.
We appreciate everybody for taking time out to watch.
Yes, Megan and Deidre, thanks for
Appreciate y'all.
giving your input. throughout the
Absolutely.
episode. That
Thank
was
you,
nice.
thank you.
Appreciate Tia for coming out.
Thank you for coming out.
You're-
I mean,
you're-
I don't have much to say, but thanks for having me.
Oh, the next time you'll have more, I'm
Yes.
sure.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I'm an observer, So I like to listen and watch before I respond.
Gotta watch
So
this one. It's always
It was fun.
So, if we're good, the kids are still awake.
Makes a great show.
That's wild. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Now, if all hearts and minds are clear, I'm just, we do that at the end
We
of
gonna
service.
flip the lights.
It's like, but you came, back in the day. I don't know if KJ was old enough to remember this one. Like my grandfather would continue to say that he was done.
Yo,
And then,
he never left church, but he always tried.
The word would be like an hour, and then like the comments after the word.
The attempt to leave would be an additional
Oh
hour.
my God! It's like, so why we have the word? You can't just do the benediction like that. We already heard what the Lord had to say.
He's like, now it's my turn. Now you gotta hear what I have to say.
But he already talked. Like I want to go home.
So your turn is up.
That was God's hour. This is mine.
It's like all hearts and minds are clear. And just so y'all know, the Lord wants you to have faith, and also, it's like, Jesus.
We're kind of doing that right now.
Yep, that's exactly what we're doing. That's why I brought it up.
The apple
I got you.
Doing
I'm
gonna say it's on the inside. Inside. Just want you to know, in remembrance of you, we're dragging out this episode. No, all hearts and minds are clear. We are done. See you guys next week at 8:30 ish. Logic Based Collective.
We did real good.
Logic Based Collective, YouTube, DBN, Digital Boombox Network, Soft-Spoken Rapture TV. Please go to Facebook and engage with us there. All of us, you can engage with each and every one of us, even about subjects that we have not brought up yet. And so, but until next time, we see you guys again. Allow Jesus to be the lotion that lathers your ashy soul.
Knees.
At least I know there was love. I know there was love. Once upon a time, I know there was love. Now I know there was love. Once upon a time, I know there was love. We held each other near, faced everything we feared. Who thought we'd ever be here? The words we used to say, I thought that we could stay. Don't know if I'm wrong to pray for someday.